Hi everybody, welcome back or welcome to the channel. It's your boy Reactee, and today we're doing a Pale Playback video, 13 ghost videos that capture pure terror on camera. So let's find out if that's true.
Tonight on Pale Playback, we're looking at some really creepy, scary ghost videos today. First, I want to thank the new subscribers and the comments on screen. Feel free to join them and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming. With that said, let's dive in. Our first piece of evidence comes from a TikTok user named Tokamzo, who captured a series of aggressive disturbances within his home. The atmosphere is thick with tension as he records late at night, claiming that an unseen presence has been terrorizing his living space. From frantic knocking to physical manifestations, the energy in the house feels volatile and unpredictable.
Stop! You gotta go!
Was it just me, or did that look like white hands banging on the window? Or at least gloves banging on the window? Maybe someone in a black robe or something, so you can't really see them through the window, is just pranking them. Or this could be an elaborate setup, who knows. But it looks weird. But yeah, you could clearly see two hands banging on the window. Whoop, hit the mic. That's a little strange.
Calm down. What are you? Stop!
Okay, so the light from inside could see it, but as soon as he turned the porch light on, the hands disappeared. I didn't notice if that was a cut. It could have been, but who knows. But it kept knocking even after the hands disappeared until he opened the door. It's a little strange.
Charlie, come on. I don't even know how to explain what I'm seeing. Holy hell.
The sheer aggression of the knocking against the...
In most cases, I would suggest not opening the door to something banging from the outside. Often the spirits will take that as an invitation to come in. Don't do it. But this ghost appeared to not be concerned about that and just wanted to bang on the window. So that's a little odd.
glass is what strikes most viewers. Some believe this is genuine paranormal activity because the impact points on the sliding door align perfectly with the appearance of pale handprints that seem to manifest from thin air. Others argue it's a coordinated hoax, suggesting a person outside is timing their hits to a pre-applied chemical that reacts to moisture or heat. Skeptics also point out that the dog's behavior, while alert, doesn't show the typical signs of extreme predatory distress often seen in genuine hauntings. Whether it's a clever digital edit or a truly hostile entity, the visual of those hands pressing against the pane is undeniably chilling. What do you make of the timing? Let me know your theories in the comments.
Again, that looks more like a hoax or something filmed for a scary video. As Pale Playback said, the dog wasn't reacting like we've seen other animals react to spirits in these videos. So it was clearly not happy, but it wasn't barking, growling, carrying on like that. So I'm not sure. I don't know what that was. It's just strange to me.
Holy hell.
Moving on, we dive into a classic piece of internet lore from the channel Donnie Drunkard. This footage takes us into a basement that seems to hold a heavy, stagnant energy. The uploader was investigating strange noises when he encountered something that has sparked debate for over a decade. The low-quality recording only adds to the claustrophobic and gritty feeling of the environment. Some viewers believe this is a genuine manifestation because, at the exact moment the hallway light flickers on, a small dark figure appears to dive into the floor drain. Others argue this is a simple camera artifact or a pest caught in the sudden illumination. Skeptics also point out that the high contrast lighting of a basement can create deceptive shadows during a quick transition from dark to light. However, the timing of the movement is incredibly precise, making it hard to ignore. Is it a creature or just a trick of the lens? This leaves more questions than answers. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this footage.
Damn, it's darkening.
Honestly, that was a little strange. But who knows? As Pale Playback said, it could have been a camera artifact. It's low quality, low res. It's hard to tell what that was. At first, I thought it was whatever that thing on the floor was getting dropped down there. But that drain was there before that shadow moved towards it, so it's a little odd, but probably nothing.
Our next video takes us deep into the Indonesian wilderness with Mas Bayu Gatra. He was camping alone in a dense bamboo forest when he began to hear the unmistakable sound of a woman crying nearby. The isolation of the location and the pitch-black surroundings create a primal sense of dread that is palpable through the lens.
My question is, why is he recording this? He has a light set up and a recording device, a phone or something, set across from him recording. Why would you record this if you're just camping out for the night? It's a little strange. Possibly it's a setup, but who knows? With the way it took him that long to get the camera off the tripod or whatever it is, I'm assuming it's an actual camera, a video camera or a digital camera that can record, not just a phone. Otherwise, he should have just been able to pick it up.
Seperti ada orang menangis, kawan. Astagfirullahaladzim, 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 astagfirullahaladzim. Astagfirullahaladzim, astagfirullahaladzim. Ya Allah.
Excuse me. The first noise sounded more like somebody laughing at him, and this one sounds more like somebody humming. And both times when he went to get the camera, the sound stopped. So the timing's a little weird on it.
Ada suara menangis, kawan. Ya Allah, semoga gak ada apa-apa, ya Allah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
The climax of this video is absolutely terrifying. Some viewers believe this is a genuine encounter with a kuntilanak because of the high-pitched wailing and the glowing red eyes visible in the brush. Others argue that this is a sophisticated ghost hunting setup, common in regional YouTube circles, where an actor is used with reflective contact lenses or LEDs. Skeptics also point out that the camera's chaotic movement during the flight makes it impossible to get a clear look at the entity's physical form. Regardless of the authenticity, the sheer terror in the camper's voice feels incredibly real as he scrambles for safety. Was this a forest spirit or just a very dedicated prank? Share your thoughts on this jungle nightmare below.
If that was a prank, they went all out for it, which a lot of people do for clicks and views on YouTube and other social media. It almost looked like the creature was ascending there at the end too, unless the cameraman was lowering the camera. But it almost looked like the spirit or whatever it was going up. Originally, it gave me chills when I saw it. I actually had goosebumps there for a little while. But yeah, it's hard to tell. Like, I know some spirits and specters have been described as having glowing red eyes like that. I have never seen one before, so I'm not sure how they're supposed to look. But that was a clear figure. The eyes were a little wide apart. That would be my only complaint. It could be like reflective red stickers right beside their actual eyes. Who knows? It could be a hoax. What I want to know is, where was he going? He ran back to his tent, which was basically a tarp over some bamboo poles that he cut down. So what kind of safety would that offer him if this spirit wanted to get him? That would offer him nothing. It was just a strange place to run to.
La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar.
Next, we examine a quiet residential setting where a hidden camera was set up to catch a recurring disturbance. The room is mundane, filled with toys and everyday furniture, but the silence is broken by a violent mechanical sound. The contrast between the bright yellow walls and the aggressive activity creates a deeply surreal and uncomfortable feeling. Watch closely.
So first of all, it sounds like there's a dishwasher, washing machine, something running in the background. That sounds like the mechanical thing. And then it's clearly this door over here, the doorknob's rattling. But they don't have the camera aimed at it, which is weird. So I'm not sure why. And they said it was a hidden camera, but clearly when the guy and whoever set up the camera walked back from this door back around this way to leave the room, you can see the tripod sitting there clear as day. So it's not a hidden camera. It's just a camera set up to try to record this. But yeah, it's a little weird, but we don't know what's in that room. They haven't shown anything yet. Could be someone in there to play a prank. Again, this could be a big hoax set up just to get clicks and views. Who knows?
Kurwa, jeszcze nie teraz, jak w sobotę.
Okay, I thought this was the tripod it was on, but that's something else apparently. And it's strange that as soon as he opened the door, before he turned on the light, that stack of videos or something fell, DVDs or something fell over. I'm not sure where that even was in the original. I don't remember seeing it on the table next to the bear. I didn't see anything there. So I don't know where that stack of videos came from. Okay, so things are falling over behind him, and this is actually giving me creeps just going by the sound of his voice. I don't like this one at all.
The frantic rattling of that door handle suggests a physical force.
See, the only thing I can think of is all this stuff fell off the top shelf onto the table, because there's nothing there now. And when he looks back from opening the door, they're all there and some are on the floor. Then he goes out here, and I'm not sure, that it looks like some exercise equipment and another tripod are sitting there, and whatever the thing is behind the tripod falls over as well. So, that's not, I don't like that.
Trying to gain entry. But it's the sudden, violent collapse of the chair that truly defies explanation. Some viewers believe this is a clear case of poltergeist activity because the chair is shoved with significant force away from the table. Skeptics also point out that the person filming enters the room shortly after, which could suggest a stage setup with an accomplice behind the door. Regardless of the cause, the raw panic in the uploader's breathing as they inspect the room is palpable. Does this look like a coordinated hoax to you, or is there something genuinely malicious behind that door? Drop a comment with your theories below.
That's a chair? It looked like one of those lightweight exercise bikes to me, but I guess you could consider that a chair.
In a home seemingly cluttered with the remains of daily life, a mother captures a moment that shifted from a child's game to a genuine investigation. Her daughter had just issued a verbal challenge to the empty air, unaware that the kitchen might be listening. This wasn't a staged seance, but a spontaneous request for a sign in broad daylight. Watch closely.
Okay, whatever just fell off this bag looked like it was teetering beforehand. So that could just be it falling over. That might not be anything paranormal at all.
Some viewers believe this is a genuine response to a provocation because the object on the central island is hurled to the floor with significant force immediately after the girl speaks. Others argue that the kitchen is cluttered, and the item could have simply reached a tipping point due to vibrations or gravity. Despite the logical explanations, the timing remains incredibly unsettling. What do you make of this kitchen disruption?
Granted, right after the kid said, "Ghost, if you're here, do something," it's a little odd on the timing, but again, that's probably nothing. I mean, look how it's sitting there. I'd say about 65 to 70% of this item, book or whatever it is hanging off the side of the bag. It's going to fall over eventually anyway. So it's probably coincidentally picked that time to do it. So who knows?
Drop your theories in the comments and tell me if you think this was a ghost or just a clever setup. Deep within what appears to be an industrial or office setting, a worker begins recording as things take a turn for the violent. The French text on screen translates to "it is getting more and more violent," suggesting a buildup of activity that the camera finally catches. It's a high-tension environment where every slam echoes through the empty halls. Watch closely.
Là, il y a des bruits de malades ici, là. Là, vous entendez? Putain, il n'y a rien. La porte, elle a bougé. Je suis sûr qu'elle a bougé. J'étais en train de faire la VOV pour la prochaine vidéo. Et regardez, là, la prise. Je suis sûr qu'elle était en train de bouger juste avant. Putain, c'est flippant.
Okay, the door slamming with no one around. I guess it could be fishing line or something thin like that. Same with this. Because it's going up at a point and you can't, and the video is so grainy and you can't see anything, it's really hard to explain this. But this is probably some sort of trick or deception.
Hey, oh. Putain. Ah, ce coup de fil, putain. Je suis désolé, j'ai pas grand chose à dire.
Okay, I've had those shelves in an apartment before. They're rickety AF. For something to shake it like that and knock stuff off the top shelf and it not instantly break and collapse, that's a little harder to explain. I think ours lasted a week before something shifted on it, and this shelf here caused the whole thing to fall over, and a bunch of these tubes ended up broken. That's hard to explain because it's not falling like ours did. It's shaking back and forth, which is weird.
The sheer force of the door slamming back and forth suggests a powerful energy. Some viewers believe a poltergeist is at play because the movement is aggressive and happens while the filmer is clearly distressed. Others argue that hidden wires or pneumatics could easily manipulate doors in a commercial space. Skeptics also point out the camera movements often hide the exact points where a person might be pulling a string. Is this a haunting or a viral stunt? I'd love to hear your perspective below. We've seen everything from aggressive handprints to industrial doors slamming with impossible force. The evidence is mounting, and the chills are only getting started. If you're finding these captures as unsettling as I am, make sure to subscribe to Pale Playback and hit the notification bell. We bring you the most unexplained footage from the digital void every week. Stay tuned, because this next batch of evidence is going to push the limits of your skepticism. From a Japanese investigator, we see a simple experiment involving a blue balloon and a narrow staircase. Balloons are often used in paranormal research to detect subtle air currents or touches from the unseen. What begins as a test of physics quickly evolves into a sequence of events that seem to defy the logic of a vacant house.
That is very odd. I mean, there could be an air current just like about this rail height all the way down the stairs, but it's odd that it's bouncing up. And I was going to say string, but it's not the part of the balloon going up all the time that you could attach a string to. Like the mouth of the balloon, where it's tied. That's not always the part that's going up first. So that is unexplainable. I don't know about that one. See, you can see all the dust particles and stuff coming up the stairs as well. So there's some sort of air current flowing up these stairs. It's awfully, and it must be really strong about the height of this rail and below. I'm surprised they're just not noticing it on their pants and stuff.
The balloon's erratic movement, followed by the heavy thumping on the stairs, is undeniably eerie. Some viewers believe a spirit is interacting with the object because it moves with intent rather than drifting. Others argue that a static charge or a simple draft from a window could be the culprit. Skeptics also point out that the thumping sounds could be edited in post-production or generated by someone else in the building. What's your take on this staircase?
Well, considering they didn't actually put the thumping sounds in, I can't really state anything about that. They put these captions in saying thump, 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 thump. But it's hard to tell with no actual sound. None of that had any sound. It was just music that Pale Playback added. So I could not even begin to speculate on that one.
Encounter. Tell me in the comments. Moving forward, we encounter a piece of evidence that is perhaps the...
I've seen this doll somewhere before. It's the one I like to call the Kiss doll because it looks like somebody from the band Kiss, but creepier.
Most visceral. A collector of dolls notices something wrong during a routine recording. In the world of the supernatural, dolls are often considered vessels for spirits, and when they begin to move without human aid, the implications are chilling. Pay attention to the background as the collector works.
Okay, not only does he have this one, but he has this one, and the one he's working on, and they're all creepy looking dolls. They're not regular dolls. He's not a regular doll collector. He's a creepy doll collector, which is just genuinely terrifying. That is the scariest hobby you could ever have. I hate dolls. I hate them. Okay, that's not even the same doll moving. The one that was moving before is this one. This is a different doll. Oh.
The way the doll's head...
Okay, I got genuine goosebumps from that one. Oh, I don't like dolls. Don't like them. But yeah, this one moves back and forth, side to side. Like in the first one, she's sitting this way, tips that way. And then this one, she's going this way. It's strange, but then the third doll, the one in the red dress that keeps going up, like trying to look over this one's shoulder, that's the creepiest one of all. Oh.
Tilts and the body leans forward is enough to freeze anyone's blood. Some viewers believe the dolls are genuinely possessed because the movement appears smooth and deliberate. Others argue that thin fishing line is the oldest trick in the book for this specific type of viral content. Skeptics also point out that the lighting is quite dim, making it easy to hide mechanical rigging. Are these dolls truly haunted, or is it all for show? Share your theories below. Deep in the quiet of a suburban night, a home security camera captures a scene that feels heavy with...
I'm pretty sure we've seen this one before. This one is going to have a shadow walk across the screen from the right to the left. Or their left to right. I'm not quite sure.
With an unseen presence. The footage originally shared on Reddit shows a backyard bathed in the eerie glow of infrared light. Everything seemed still, but the owner felt a chilling sensation that something was watching from the tree line.
Yeah, at first the night vision picked it up as it appeared from over here somewhere. Like, you didn't see it walk through the trees, I'm pretty sure. But then when it got out to here, the actual yard lights came on, and that made it disappear. I think you see it again there, but I'm not quite sure.
The anomaly appears as a translucent humanoid shape shifting behind the foliage on the right. Some viewers believe this is a classic manifestation of a shadow person because of how it seems to absorb the infrared light differently than the surrounding leaves. Others argue it's a simple case of digital artifacts or compression noise common in low-light security sensors. Despite the logic, the fluid motion of the shape remains deeply unsettling. What do you see hiding in the shadows? Tell me your theories in the comments below.
It could definitely be a digital artifact or compression anomaly due to low lighting. I have seen a lot of those, and people try to pass them off as genuine ghostly things, but I've never found one that looks real yet. Like, that one's pretty cool, but like Pale Playback said, it could be a lot of things.
A homeowner in a house with nearly half a century of history encounters a mechanical impossibility. This footage captures the moment a heavy farmer's latch, designed to stay firmly shut, operates on its own. The atmosphere in the house shifted instantly, prompting the resident to document what he couldn't explain.
It wasn't even that. That door was completely latched. I heard the latch click and then open. Listen. This. And then it just opened. And I was standing on that stair. So I was like, called my daughter, no answer. Called my mom, no answer. My mom is literally in bed. My daughter is literally in her apartment. This is like a farmer's latch, okay? Nobody can explain. I hope nobody followed me in the house and they're hiding behind the recliner or some shit. See how I latched it? Listen. Pull it hard. Latch. Good. Very bizarre. It's never happened in 47 years. Not a warm, fuzzy feeling.
Some viewers believe this is a genuine poltergeist manifestation because of the audible click. Others argue the house might have a slight foundation tilt, causing gravity to take over once the latch fails. Skeptics also point out that fishing line or off-camera assistance are common tropes in staged paranormal videos, though the man's genuine confusion is palpable. After 47 years of silence, why would the house start talking now? Drop a comment with your take on this mechanic.
That is an odd one, but again, this is just a person experiencing something and then walking us through what just happened to them, not actually them catching what happened to them on camera. So, again, we don't know what it is. We don't know if they thought they closed it and heard the click and it just didn't. Who knows? It could have been a lot of things.
Mystery.
Very bizarre.
There is nothing more heart-stopping for a parent than seeing something they can't explain on a baby monitor. In this clip, a father watches the screen as a figure appears to be standing directly over the crib. The grainy blue-tinted feed becomes a window into a waking nightmare.
What the is it? That's so weird. Well.
A clear, pale face seems to be looking into the camera from inside the crib. Some viewers believe this is a spirit protector because of the proximity to the child. Others argue it's a case of double exposure or a glitch where a previous frame of the child is ghosted over the current one. Skeptics also point out that the pattern on the bedding or a stuffed animal could be reflecting the monitor's infrared light to create a facial shape. The speed at which the father runs to the room suggests his fear was very real.
Yeah, it could be any of those. It could be, like, that could be a doll or something in the crib. Who knows? Maybe the father just doesn't realize what toys are in there. Maybe the mother put something else in afterwards. And I'm assuming he took off just to find out what it was. It doesn't seem to have a follow-up to tell you if he found anything. So I'm assuming it was just something mundane and this is just a one-off video from him.
Was it a glitch or a guest? Let me know what you think below.
Is it?
In this unsettling video, a man using sign language is documenting his experience in a home that feels alive. As he moves through the hallway toward the basement, the physical world starts to react to his presence in violent, unpredictable ways. The tension is thick even before the stairs are reached. Watch closely.
Oh, he has the TV on. I was like, does he not hear those voices? But he has the TV on by the sounds of it.
As the man enters the basement, an object is seen flying across the room with incredible speed. Some viewers believe this is a high-energy poltergeist because of the trajectory and force required to move the item. Others argue it could be a hidden prank involving an air cannon or a spring-loaded trigger. Skeptics also point out that the camera shakes significantly, which can be used to mask fishing lines or editing cuts. The sheer impact of the object suggests it wasn't a light piece of debris. Do you think this base...
It's a whole chair, Pale. It's a whole chair moving. Again, that could be a lot of things. As he said, it could have been a fishing line, could have been some sort of hoax. But why would this disabled gentleman try to fleece people like that? It does not sound like something anyone I know with a disability would do. Most of the people I know with disabilities are very genuine, nice people. So I don't see somebody doing something like faking this. So that is a very creepy one.
Is truly occupied? Share your theories in the comments.
Although it did take him a second to leave the room after that happened. He turned the camera towards his face, and then ran. So I might take that back. It could be possible that he's faking it.
Finally, our last piece of evidence for tonight comes from a live stream where things took a terrifying turn. The host was interacting with his audience when the furniture in the room behind him began to move as if pushed by invisible hands. This wasn't a planned stunt, but a live descent into chaos. Watch closely.
Dar nu se vede nimic. Deci se aude, dar nu se vede. Mamă, frate, fii atent! Holy shit! Vai, nu mai știu să vorbesc. Nu mai pot, ce-o zis? Îmi pun ăla. Dă tabloul ăla jos, poți? Ia să vedem că... Oricare spirit ai afla în balcon, oricare entitate, îți ordon să dai tabloul la jos cu doamna Timea. Băga mea și pula în dracu, gata, eu nu ți-am plecat acasă. Am băgat pula mea. Mă, mare, cheamă să spun. Hai de pula mea. Mergi altă poliță. Fai de cai, să plecăm, Ionuț. Hai de pula. Hai de pula. Hai de... Ana Maria, închide ușa aia, o leacă, dacă poți. Ana Maria, ia, marș de aici, Ionuț. Ce ai, mă? Băi, s-o închis ușa, tu ești nebun la cap?
The most dramatic moment occurs when a heavy picture frame is thrown from the wall on command. Some viewers believe the entity was responding to the streamer's challenge, showing a high level of intelligence and aggression. Others argue that electromagnetic interference from the streaming gear could be a factor, or more likely, clever set design with hidden wires. Skeptics also point out that the door closing at the end could be a draft, though it slams with deliberate intent. This live evidence is hard to dismiss. What's your take on this aggressive display? I'll be reading your comments.
Mamă, frate, fii atent!
That brings our investigation to a close. Tonight we've looked at evidence ranging from quiet backyard shadows to violent basement outbursts and
Well, that was another Fright Night Friday, courtesy of Pale Playback. Again, there are some that were really creepy and some that were kind of and only one that we'd seen before, so that's pretty good. But if you enjoy this content, let me know down below. Leave a like, subscribe. It's free, it helps out the channel. And then do all the same stuff over at Pale Playbacks. This is great content, and I love reacting to it. So I'm going to keep doing that, and hopefully he puts out more and more stuff. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.